I'll remind you that this church has a picture of an alien wearing a crown of thorns. This is clearly supposed to represent Jesus. Their pulpit there in the church has an image of an alien crucified to a cross. Again, clearly a depiction of what they believe to be Jesus. The sign on the church building informs us that those who believe in Jesus believe in aliens. They're effectively leading people to worship this alien who is the incarnation of the Old Testament God, who they claim is a murderous savage killer who has caused all of our problems. And listen, all the contradictions don't even end here. I want to consider another statement made by the same leader from the alien church, and I quote, "I don't invalidate the divinity of Christ whatsoever. I prefer to believe in an absolutely, truly, unconditionally loving creator, infinite creator, not paradoxically utilizing Jesus as the only condition and making the unconditional nature of the message of Jesus into a condition and using that as a condition to, get key people to go to heaven. Yeah, and from my perspective, original sin is a gimmick. It's just a control mechanism. It just has no validity whatsoever." So yeah, this guy, he assures us that he does not invalidate the divinity of Christ Jesus whatsoever, except for the fact that he does. He goes on to invalidate the divinity of Christ Jesus by assuring us that the biblical doctrine of original sin is nothing more than a gimmick. It's a control mechanism, thereby rejecting the doctrine of Christ as the God-man who is sent to sacrifice himself in order to save us from the stain of original sin. To sum that up simply, listen, the doctrines of the alien church are completely contradictory and entirely irrational. They're encouraging people to worship an alien who was crucified for us, and yeah, despite the fact that this alien is the incarnation of a murderous extraterrestrial entity who's only masquerading as God. And while they reject the doctrine of original sin as a gimmick and a control mechanism, the question that we have to ask is this: well, why did alien Jesus need to die then? Why did alien Jesus need to die on a cross if there's no original sin for us to be saved from?